Imagine growing up in the mid-2000s. You're in school talking about the latest trend you found late night on dial-up internet. Suddenly, someone shows up with a box of cards. What's that? It's not your average 52 pickup or your uncle's blackjack. It's the beginning of a lifelong addiction about to set its mark on another victim. Let's talk about Pokemon card collecting and how insane it's gotten. cozyKII. Pokemon sucker punched any parent during the early 2000s with so many kids watching the 4Kids dubbed anime and being brainwashed into thinking onigiris were jelly-filled donuts.
These donuts are great! Jelly-filled are my favorite! Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
So much merchandise to get roped into grabbing, but nothing more so than the TCG. As a kid, it was hard enough getting our hands on anything unless you had an allowance, and Pokemon cards were just one of many trading cards kids were collecting at the time. If you were lucky to get a set, then you could trade and compare with the other kids at the school. Trading and comparing is fun and all, but there were those who sought to dominate through epic conquest and sheer grit.
This is my domain. You are here by my invitation. I am offering you a chance to kneel.
Our chapter, sir, shall use your skull as a piss pot!
Yes, I'm talking about the strategy game that came with owning these cards. Kids would battle each other to test out their decks to see who would strategize the best. Some played because they wanted to show off their holographic cards. Others played because it was what everyone else was doing and wanted to join. And then there were those that preyed on these poor souls and played for keeps, shattering the poor innocent kids who didn't know better. My brother and I didn't understand it much, to be honest, but we enjoyed collecting our favorite mons. Knowing we lacked enough energy cards to use skills, we would play a makeshift version of the game with each other, emulating the turn-based video game version instead. We enjoyed collecting the rare holographic cards, but I don't think there was such a thing as shiny cards back then. I didn't even know there were shinies that existed in the games until years later. Don't even get me started on EV and IV training, or competitive meta strats.
Meta this, meta that! Have you ever met a fucking girl before?
Remember, this was before YouTube and social media, so everything was word of mouth. My unk status has shown. Well, I'll be damned, I guess I was one of the unlucky ones not to ever see one. Granted, back then it was harder to collect shinies. Nowadays, everything is just so much easier. They just basically hand it to you. I wish I still had all my old cards, but some managed to stay over the years. As time went on, I slowly started to collect more again, focusing on favorite mons or ones I find appealing. Lately, people have been buying packs to show off online or to relive some nostalgia. While some have joined with good intentions, others saw an opportunity to stalk, manipulate, or rob in order to make a quick buck. We call these scalpers. They sometimes make bulk purchases from these Pokemon Center kiosks you'll find in some department stores, so they can resell them online for profit. These kiosks will reset every now and then, so everyone has a chance to buy something. These scalpers stay nearby and wait until the kiosks reset so they can bulk purchase again and again and again, which is totally unfair for anyone wanting to buy a pack on their way out of the store with a change to spare. Yeah, imagine a kid walking up to a kiosk wanting to buy a pack to take home and open up when suddenly a greasy goofball appears out of nowhere and says, "Back off, bub, these is my kids," and then takes everything, leaving the poor kid with nothing to take home. Isn't that just so sad? But Now kids have a chance to get in on card collecting with little to no money at all. Crazy, right? Believe me, it's crazy. Nintendo released an app called Pokemon TCG Pocket. And oh boy, is it so fun to open up packs wherever you are. This app makes it so easy to open one of many themed decks. I now see why so many content creators were opening packs online. Here's the catch. You don't technically own these cards. See, I told you it was crazy. Now what does that mean? Basically, you create an account and every pack opened starts building a collection of cards in the app tied to your account. Sounds simple, right? But here's something no one likes to admit. Sometimes, Nintendo can be greedy.
Yeah, I would say that we're not really looking to establish a benchmark for pricing. We look at every game and every experience and determine what we believe is the right price point based on that experience. you've had a chance to play Mario Kart World and see how deeply immersive it is and how fun it is.
Oh yeah, it's fun to build your binder, but what happens when your account becomes inactive? Or worse, what happens when the servers suddenly... No way Nintendo would do that. How could they? They would be dumb to want to shut down... Oh. Oh no. Oh no!
Well, this sucks.
Nintendo is no stranger to getting rid of support for their old software like video games or servers. They've made so much money, why bother supporting them for future generations to enjoy what eventually becomes lost media? This isn't a guarantee that TCG Pocket will shut down, but based on the pattern, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets shut down. I even made the mistake of accidentally paying $10 for the premium version of the app because it gave me 2 free weeks to try it out. But hey, I got more pack pulls per day because of it, so there's that. Sometimes Nintendo can really suck. With all that cleared up, there are a few alternatives to continuing your card collecting habits, assuming you're okay with a little effort. One of these alternatives is buying packs from the JP market. Although each pack comes with 5 cards compared to the US 10 cards per pack, you could save $1 or $2 doing this. Of course, paying for shipping may offset you a bit, and yet there's an issue with this method too. Basically, eventually, if too many people do this method, well, demand goes up, supply goes down, blah blah blah, now packs cost more. That's economics. But if you want cards with different lettering and unique designs, this method could be the choice for you if you want legit cards. Wait, why did I say it like that?
Fine. I'll do it myself.
I've seen a lot of people making their own cards, some even selling them at conventions. These cards basically are doodle versions of existing cards with silly language on each one. Very silly, but fun way to collect unique cards while supporting the artist. Some people take it a step further and print out the legit artwork of a card onto a cardstock so they can fill up their binders. This method should not be used to unlock an infinite money glitch since you will get in trouble if caught, but it can be helpful for those just trying to accomplish their dream of completing their own Pokédex. This method has its cons too, like buying a printer and cardstock necessary to get started. You can even buy materials to make your own holographic cards, but this too will add up and slowly take away your time lining up each card. So that's my long rant about Pokemon card collecting and the many ways you can get your hands on those things. As a kid, it's so fun opening up packs physically or digitally, but as an adult, sometimes after a long day of work, it's nice to kick back, open your phone, and pick up a pack to open up and be delighted to get a shiny or EX every now and then. Nostalgia can creep up in many ways, and some of us try to relive those moments in harmless collecting. Just try not to be careless with how much you spend or else you'll be met with the hammer. What the is that Caleb Hammer? If you'd like to hear my thoughts on more games and anime content, you should hit that subby and bonk the bell. Now go play games or something.